I got manipulated into coming here because I'm in the middle of writing something. To wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Right now I'm in Quincy, Massachusetts, right in front of the Armory, which was here when I was a kid. I grew up about a half mile from here. And I'd never been inside. Anyway, I was asked to start off with a joke, and I'm not really going to do that. Just please allow Millie to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and some infamy. Things are about to change in the world, and I thought some people who were authorized to know this need-to-know stuff could stand a little bit of a explanation and a preview at this time. I've been working at Dragnet for about 2 years here in the U.S. in various places: Maine, Boston, Providence, Rhode Island, New York for several months, and Washington, D.C. for several months. Earlier this year we ended it. We've been working on a lot of issues that haven't made the paper and evidently haven't reached General Mattis's attention. The topic today is General Mattis. What I can say about General Mattis is I'm not a fan of his. I really haven't been, not since I first started to pay attention to him when he was introduced as being the Secretary of Defense. I knew basically nothing about him. I learned a few things. Didn't like the books he read. I didn't like his being portrayed as a scholar warrior. That bothered me. Although, you know, there's a place for that, but it just seems kind of weird. Then they handed that to McMaster too, probably because they figured they made a mistake with Mattis and branding Mattis as one. I've been in favor of the pullout from Syria before we went in. I think we have our alliances in a mess, and I think Mattis and his, 40 years steeped in the middle of all this stuff has contributed to some of the problems. There's things that he understands and things he just doesn't understand. One of them is Russia. Maybe he does understand. He's really been trying to provoke them for the last 2 years. If that was his intent, he's succeeded. And for the record, I for years have regarded Turkey as being A, a member of NATO, which it is, B, an ally, and C, a nation under attack and on the front lines. And look how they get treated. One of the reasons I've been in favor of A, not sending troops into Syria, and B, pulling out. So that's just for the record. We're working anti-gas or anti-drug networks around here. There's a bunch of announcements about to come. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, I wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and just let you know there are people out here thinking about stuff, and it's not time to panic at all. A whole bunch of us were all on the same page on this one. I've been trying to get the dead wood out of the way for a long time. Has anybody heard anything about the gas or stuff except for the people in our units? I doubt it. That's how it goes. And the fact that it hasn't made the newspaper, that's what my predecessor used to call a hearse of a different color. With that, have a nice holiday, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side of whatever I'm doing. That's St. Anne's Church behind me, by the way. I want to say this to the soldiers in the field who are in Syria at this time. Mattis made some big, sweeping, scholarly statement about, never leave your friends behind. My problem with what Mattis did in this case, and he's done it in other cases, is he picked the wrong friends. These friends, according to the Turks, who are on the front lines, are communists and terrorists. And the communist part is not only according to the Turks. Terrorism, as you all should know, is part of communism. Always has been. Well, since Lenin anyway, since it became actualized instead of just a theoretical argument. So in the vein of never leave your friends behind, you guys in the field, you gotta be my friends. Look at my cap. I mean, I know I bought it at Walmart and it says made in China, but we're picking our friends wisely. One more thing I'm going to add about Mattis, and this is the scummy part. Get about his Euro-commie allies, his concept of allies, and the communists of the Kurdish rebellion, or whatever you want to call it. What he had to promise them in order to get them to go along with us was, I don't know what, that we were going to be there forever. Did he promise that? Did he imply it? I mean, this was an in and out mission tops, and here we have a bunch of communists asking to be defended by U.S. troops basically in perpetuity. And if you're on the ground, you'd know that. The press is really at this point irrelevant. Just thought I'd give you my 2 cents.